Testing, hot outbound call, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to hear?
Are you ready?
Make the approach. Plant your feet firmly in the ground. Head down. Eyes on the ball. Relax. That's it. Get your left arm straight. Your right arm straight. Relax. Lower your right shoulder. Go!
The Honeymooners Podcast, the only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time. With the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fatts.
Welcome, fellow raccoons and members of the Women's Auxiliary. What's happening, all you Hurricanes, Bensonhurst Bombers, and all you Slugger Simpsons of the world?
Yeah.
You're listening to the Honeymooners Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal Louis Fatts.
When I was young, I was busy playing football, basketball, going to school, and when school was over, my parents took me for a trip around the world. I was never in a pool room.
The only discussion-based podcast.
I love Mr. Marshall.
Oh, Mr. Marshall's great.
So easy to imitate.
You do a great impression, by the way.
Thank
All
you.
about the greatest
Hey, John,
show of all
I'm gonna
time.
get my card.
John. We record in the Non-Productive Studios at 328 Chauncey Street in Brooklyn, USA. Subscribe to the show. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a month. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review. And the website, if you want to just listen on the website, if you don't listen through podcasting, it's non-productive.com/honeymooners. Don't forget to like our Honeymooners Podcast Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. What's happening, Lou?
Joe, whole month.
It's been a month.
I forgot how to do this.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yeah,
number 57.
I had to really look it up, see if it was number 57. I forgot what it was. So
double check, right?
Yeah, we have a 57.
Okay.
We're going to stretch it here a little bit. We got Johan Santana from the Mets, the only Met in history to throw no-hitter. But, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the year 1957 in baseball. Just want you to listen to these names.
Okay.
American League batting champ, Ted Williams, hit 388. He was 38 years old.
Oh, my goodness. 388?
388. MVP, Mickey Mantle. National League leading hitter, Stan Musial.
Oh, wow.
MVP, Hank Aaron.
Wow.
Who we just lost recently.
Yeah,
Hank.
lost Hank
Henry
Aaron.
Aaron.
Henry Aaron. The Hammer.
Is that something? 1950. Look at those names in 19. I believe Warren Spahn may have won the Cy Young or something like that. Braves beat the Yankees 4-3 in the World Series.
Oh, and 57 being the year after. It would have been
56.
It would have been exactly. It would have been the second season of the greatest show of all time. If
yes,
they would have done
if we would have decided to put it on.
Season, yes.
Well,
I have a 57.
Go. You got a 57. Go.
I have a 57, and that 57 is linebacker from the New York Jets, Mo Lewis.
Mo Lewis. Okay,
Now,
I remember Mo.
For anybody who's not a Jets fan, Mo
Which
Lewis
is probably everybody.
Which is probably everybody.
Excited Joe.
Anybody who's got a half a brain, who doesn't like pain in their sports life. He did something that changed the course of NFL history. In 2001, the Jets were playing the Patriots.
Okay.
And Drew Bledsoe was the
Right.
starting quarterback. And he was a good quarterback.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Mo Lewis, he was running out of bounds, and Mo Lewis hit him right before he went out of bounds. Such a violent hit, knocked him out of the game, and then some guy named Tom Brady took his place.
Oh, man.
And changed history and ruined my sports life for 20 years. And then I just get to watch him win the Super Bowl. It's wonderful. It's great being a Jets fan. Anyway.
Thank you, Mo Lewis.
Yeah, thank you, Mo Lewis. Number 57. But, and one other thing is, yes, of course, our sponsor, SilkCityHotSauce.com. Our pal Jeff the Kingfish Levinsky. Get yourself some great hot sauce. Go to SilkCityHotSauce.com, enter RX in the coupon code box at checkout, and save 15%. And you get a free bottle of cherry sriracha.
That's right, cherry sriracha.
Enter RX, and and get some of their homemade. It's homemade, pal.
Homemade, pal. Can't hurt you. We got to say it every week.
Get my favorite, the Chipotle.
And my favorite, Badass Jew.
Badass Jew. It's great. It's great. Badass Jew. It's so great. So we this is our first show in a month.
Yes.
We and believe me, we've been hearing about it because all these lunatics keep when's the next show? When's the next show? And when we came in to record 3 weeks ago, or
3 weeks.
It
was 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
We had issues with the board, and we just couldn't record.
Right.
And he's got a temporary board until he buys a new mixing board.
Right.
But we're able to record.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And then we had snow problems. We had major snowstorms here.
And then I owe my aching back.
Yeah.
I messed my back up, and it ended up being a bad muscle strain or something on my lower back where I was. I really did at some point. At one point, my wife was like, "Do you want to go to the hospital?" And I wanted to say, same old Ralph.
And Joe sat there, just don't slam the door.
Just don't slam.
Like, what does that have to do with bad backs?
Don't slam the door.
And if you see Frank Marth in that, he's actually closing the door very, very gingerly, not to slam it.
No. Yeah, listen, I could be at a Black Sabbath concert with a bad back as long as I'm comfortable. It doesn't matter. But yes, so and then with that, and then we were just waiting until we could get back in the studio, and so hopefully we'll be back on our, at least semi-regular.
We'll get it going. We'll get it going.
We will. Yeah. But thank you all for giving us a listen. We totally appreciate it.
And everybody that wrote in saying when you guys are going to come back,
Yes.
People are having withdrawals.
Yes.
We had,
you all need help.
Some people that were like on the ledge. We had to call them in.
Get them some medications. But you know what? It's almost because I haven't seen you in a month.
No, I haven't seen you.
In 3 weeks, actually.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
So it's like it's almost like a little reunion for us, because we're used to seeing each other around once a week.
Well, once a week usually.
And so this is good. But you're doing all right?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing good too.
There you go. Outside of your back, everything else is good.
Back is good.
Good.
Yep, but I'm finally back to normal.
Okay.
So
until Uncle Leo comes and smacks you in the back.
I know.
And tells he's good to
my
see
wife could hit me with a hammer, and it's not going to affect my back.
I know. Here, Uncle Leo gives him a little smack on this 300 on the shoulder to this 300-pound guy, and his back. And he's like in pain, like you wouldn't imagine.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man. And also, if you want to leave us a voicemail, you could call the hotline. Bensonhurst.
No,
it's
7741.
7741. It's 240-442-2635. And leave us a voicemail, either if it's just something you wanted to ask us or if it's something you want us to play. And as long as it's not too long and too convoluted, we'll play it on the air. All right. So, what do you want to... listen, there's so many things I wanted to get into, but my first question to you, Lou.
Go ahead. I'm all worked
I've been watching a lot
I had
lately.
2 cups of espresso before I came. I'm a vertigine right now. That means dizzy.
We talked about it a little bit, but I wanted to ask you. I was watching Young Man with a Horn, which for some, we've every time we mention Young Man with a Horn, we have to mention the fact that it seems to be one of the least favorite episodes, which doesn't make any sense.
It's just the way it is.
Because it's just a great episode.
I guess you have to have favorites and least favorites, and that just pops up.
But they are having to get the evening paper. Now, I'm 51, okay?
And I'm
born in 69.
And I'm 64, born in 56.
Didn't know about an evening paper.
Yes.
And you were telling me that you even remember as a kid.
I remember as a kid. Now, so everybody knows I grew up in Newark.
Right.
And we had a paper. We had 2 papers in the city. One was the Newark Star Ledger, and the other one was the Newark Evening News. And papers did come out in the morning, and then there was they used to call it also the late edition.
And is it just because of stuff that was going to happen during the day?
Because things were happening. And you got to remember, newspapers were the main source of information.
Right.
You didn't have, obviously, no internet, none of that stuff. It was the good old days. And your newspaper was your source.
Right.
And that's basically what happened. So you'd have the morning edition and the evening edition. now we mentioned the evening paper. That's what they meant.
Right.
And I do remember that.
Yeah,
as a kid.
Because I remember, I'm like, was that something that they just did for the show?
No.
Or was that based on truth?
No.
And obviously it was based on something that
we were talking about the phone number. I had a lettered phone number growing up as a kid. We were talking about Bensonhurst 0 and
right.
It was whatever Bensonhurst. They take BE first two letters. Like I was for some reason Mitchell. I have no idea who Mitchell was. So our phone number was MI whatever. I don't remember the numbers, but it was Mitchell MI.
And did MI? It was 2. So it was MI and then 5 numbers.
Yes.
Bensonhurst 0.
7741.
Right. Yeah. So the Bensonhurst would be BH or BO. BE.
First two letters.
And
the first two letters of the word, whatever the designation of the word was.
Right.
It was the first two letters. So
and then they gave a number,
and then
the other 4.
Then the other 4. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how it worked.
Yeah, because I don't remember that. I remember rotaries. I was born in '69, so I remember rotary phones, but I remember 7 digits.
Right. Actually, I still have one.
We have one hanging in our kitchen as like a little tribute thing.
Yeah, okay.
Or, nostalgic thing.
It's black.
It's beautiful. It's black. It's just great. So so I was like, I was a little curious on that.
Yeah, that's what it was. There was an evening paper.
All right, cool. And Louis, we are going to get to these, I promise you, but they are something that we're going to have to dedicate a whole episode to with Louis' lists. You know?
Oh yeah, I keep on coming up with lists, and we never get to them.
I know because we're just two babbling idiots.
We just go on and on.
Having a good time, right?
Hey, we're at
36 minutes. Let's call it a day here.
Let's do the trivia and get out of here.
Trivia and get out of here. So now, I think we should do something that we haven't done in a long time.
Okay, which is,
and I will
we'll hear it. We'll hear it. Oh, there we go.
The Honeymooners podcast presents Whatever Happened To. The boys go deep into their shallow minds and try to imagine what would have happened to certain situations in the show if the episode had a to be continued or a part 2. Yeah, I know. Joe and Louie need real jobs. And now here's Whatever Happened To.
And I like it because I have no idea what this is going to be.
I thought so. Okay.
You did not tell me at all.
Oh, okay. Well, be good. Surprise.
What
a surprise. Love that song.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Okay. We're going to go to the pool room for this one.
Okay.
I've never been in a pool room, so back to the pool room. Now, me and Joe were talking before. We can only think. Our thinking is limited,
right?
As we put our fingers on our chin and we scratch the side of our head as we're thinking. There's only only two scenes in the pool room.
2 scenes in the pool room,
right? And 1 scene at Mr. Marshall's shooting pool.
Right?
That's all we. That's what we came up. But if we're wrong, you let us know.
I'm sure they will.
They will. Anyway, so here's the whatever happened to. So we're going to take the 2 pool room scenes.
Okay. One is from Trapped.
One is from Trapped, and the other one is from Bensonhurst Bomber. Okay.
Right.
Now, here's whatever happened. Whatever happened to the phone booth?
Yeah. I just right when you when you were like, all right, here it is, and just at that moment, I'm like, he's going to say the phone booth. He's going to do it. He's going to do it,
and he did it. The phone booth. We understand why the phone booth is there because it Bibbo or Dibbo, whatever you want to call him,
right,
needs some place to go off and hide. Now, in the Lost episodes, the pool room. That's like I said, we touched on the fact that I've been watching more of the Lost episodes.
Correct.
And the pool room is more of a seedy looking pool room. Of course, the whole thing is grainy anyway, so it's going to look seedy.
Right.
But the pool room is seedy, and there's a phone, but it's on the wall. Like a pay phone on the wall, which is you would expect in a place like that. Like, why is there a phone booth in the pool room?
Right.
And then they took it out for the Bensonhurst bomber.
Once the night watchman was shot, we decided
we don't need to.
Yeah. Once this guy was murdered,
we don't need any murderers walking in here making phone calls. So we're going to take out that phone booth.
But they had to take it out for evidence.
For evidence, yeah.
Because one of the killers.
Had his fingerprints all over the phone.
All over the phone. Yeah. But yeah, because it's on there for Trapped.
It's on there for Trapped, and it serves its purpose because he's got to hide somewhere, and that's why it's there.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it disappears in Bensonhurst Bomber, and that's actually where the pool cues are racked over there.
Another note, that's where Pierre-Francois Delabrioski hid, too, when he was in his uniform. He hid in the phone booth.
In the phone booth, and that's the sewers of Paris.
Needs a place to hide.
Needs a place to hide dressed like that. Now, also, Joey, in this same... You want to cue it up?
Yes, I think we should.
Go. Cue it up.
And it is...
We haven't heard any of these things in such a long time.
Yes.
And now, from the observation deck overlooking the Johnson Building at 328 Chauncey Street, the Honeymooners podcast presents Louie's Observation.
All right.
Yes, the observation.
So this is you're tag teaming here.
Yeah, tag teaming from the same two scenes.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Now, the pool room.
Okay.
We don't know what it's called. We call it Harry's pool room. We don't know if Harry just works there or he owns it. We don't know.
If he owns it, we're
but
not
to us,
sure.
it's Harry's pool.
It's Harry's.
It's Harry's.
Yeah, we'll give it to Harry.
We'll give it to Harry.
Yeah.
And it's the funny part about... Okay, so now let's figure where this pool room is.
Okay.
It's got to be on a kind of a little main street because the bank was on the corner.
Correct.
And, there's businesses. Across the street is a delicatessen.
Okay. I wonder where you're going with this.
This delicatessen is 5 feet from the door of the pool room.
Is it right there?
It looks like you open the pool room door and you're in the deli.
It's like the sidewalk is the street.
Yeah. It's like,
hey, I'm gonna go across the sidewalk and go to the deli.
Like who designed the street? The ancient Romans? Like it's 5 feet, like to fit a chariot down. I'm like, what? What is this?
Great.
Well, we don't know whose deli it is, but they have sandwiches and salads. I try to read the board up here. And
Do you really?
I try to read. There's a thing on the board, actually, it's pretty interesting. It's called Enduro Endive or something like that. And I'm trying to make it out, and I try to look it up thinking, sounds like maybe like a cigar at the time.
Okay.
Couldn't find anything on it. Enduro, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's this little sign on the deli, on the facade of the deli, like, with the salads and whatever.
Right. The only thing
couldn't find anything about it. I thought maybe it was a cigar. That's the only thing I could think.
The only thing I ever heard what an enduro is, it's a motorcycle. It's like a dirt bike / street bike called the enduro.
Okay, well that wouldn't be in 50.
No, I don't think so.
In 55.
Yeah.
Delicatessens selling street bikes.
Yeah. With the street thugs with cigarettes rolled up on the sleeve, greasers.
Greasers,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Greasers
Yep.
Riding their enduros.
So that's the observation. How far is this deli?
Now you're going to have me looking for this deli.
Yeah. Oh, it's right there. It's there. It's big. It just says delicatessen on the awning.
Right there.
Like, you open the door and you're right into this deli. I don't know how wide this street is. I guess they just needed some kind of backdrop as if they're going out from the pool room.
Right. And it's amazing.
Yeah. It's amazing. Hey, so that's the observation.
I didn't realize
that. Yeah, look for it. Look for
I'm
the
going to
deli.
have to, without a doubt.
One thing, though, it was consistent. It was there for both episodes.
Was it there for
both? There for both episodes, which is good. Which is good because they have a penchant for changing things.
Yes. The consistent of the inconsistency.
Yeah,
yes.
we went over that one
a zillion times. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's that. What do you got, Joe?
Oh, dude, what don't I have? I mean, I've been watching because I've been I took off of some time for work, so I've been watching a lot of stuff, and I don't even know if I was going to even bring this up, but I might as well.
Go.
All right. I don't have audio for it. Doesn't matter. We all know what it is. There are 3 times in the 39.
3 in the 39. Okay.
That
one
Ralph,
of the 13. Yeah.
That Ralph kind of, and I don't know if it was on purpose, like a wink to the audience, or it was just, him, it was just part of the script, whatever. But there are 3 times in the original 39 where Ralph kind of predicts what Jackie Gleason ended up being.
Right.
So in other words, Ralph said something that he maybe could do.
Yeah.
That ended up being what Jackie Gleason in his real life did.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. There you go.
And the first one is in Young Man with a Horn. and he's talking about playing the horn, and he took lessons, but he just stopped, and then he Charleston, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I could have been a musician or
Harry James,
another Harry James,
who was a big trumpeter at the time,
right.
a famous trumpeter.
And Gleason was a musician.
He was a musician.
You know,
yes, he
couldn't read a note.
No, but he had albums.
Yeah, couldn't read a note.
No.
But he knew to go, all right, we just want
somebody probably be there on a piano, just hitting it out, and he'd say, "That's it," or change this, and boom, that's how he wrote his wow.
Yep. So that's one,
one.
That's from the Young Man with a Horn, obviously.
Okay.
And then in Loudspeaker, when he is telling the great joke,
the great
joke yes,
Sir Launcelot.
Sir Launcelot. Reporting.
Reporting.
King Arthur. Yes, King Launcelot. Sir Arthur.
King Arthur.
And he's doing the joke. I wouldn't have sent out a dog on a night like this, a night on a dog like this. He's like, maybe I should write jokes for a living.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Gleason.
There he is.
Right?
Gleason. Yeah.
Comedian,
stand up. That's what he did before.
He was doing
stand-up.
vaudeville.
Yeah.
I think he was doing vaudeville.
He'd stand up. He was an MC when he first started. He was an MC. Then he turned into jokes and
and
just insults. That's kind of like the insulting joke to the audience.
In like a
Don
seedy,
Rickles,
like a seedy bar.
Like that. Places like that.
Maybe when they would have like somebody go up and girls dancing or something. And be the MC and just make people laugh.
Yeah.
Obviously writing jokes.
Yes. For himself. Yeah. They didn't have a joke writer back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Writing for himself.
And on stage.
Yep, on stage.
When he is now he did the show or maybe I don't know if he did the show or not, but he's like, hey, you could be a big movie star.
Yeah.
And there you go.
And
Gleason being a big movie star. So I just thought it was interesting. It almost seemed like it was like a wink to the audience to be like, hey, maybe Ralph Cramden could be Jackie Gleason.
Or, yeah.
So it was just or
Jackie Gleason being Ralph Cramden if he did not pursue that lifestyle.
That lifestyle
of entertainer.
Right.
Could have been just a Brooklyn
guy.
Stuck in, I don't want to say stuck in Bensonhurst.
I can picture Jackie Gleason driving a bus.
Yeah, like stuck in Bensonhurst if he didn't have this aspiration to do all this.
And the talent.
And a talent, obviously, but he was a very motivated person, self-motivated person.
Absolutely. And I think part of it is when, your father leaves. His father left him when he was like 9.
Yeah.
And then his mom died when he was 19.
Well, his brother died first. His older brother died.
Oh, how old was he?
He was like 14.
And his brother was 14 when he died?
I think he was 14 when he died.
What happened? Was it like a childhood
I guess
disease?
a child, whatever happens back in those days.
Then there wasn't as many things that... I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's my little...
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's an observation.
And if you really want to stretch that, Joe, a little bit, where he says, I was good at... Well, you mentioned it before, basically, a little bit. Like, I was good at designing things and drawing things. My uncle wanted to make me an architect, and then the Charleston came out.
Right.
Now, Gleason had this home in, I believe it was Peekskill, New York, which is upstate a little bit, not that far up, but it was designed like a spaceship because Gleason was like one of these UFO people.
Right.
Okay? And he actually must have had something to do with the design of this home, which was designed like a spaceship.
I think I've seen pictures of it.
Yeah, it's round, and it looks like a spaceship.
Yeah.
So he obviously had something to do with the design of that. So there you go.
There you go. There's another one.
Another one.
Absolutely.
So there you go. It was stretch, but that's okay. That's what our show is about anyway.
But I think
stretching things.
Yeah, that's what the show should be called. The stretch. Welcome to the stretch. But yeah, I think there was something to do with either Nixon or one of the presidents.
Yeah, Nixon
told him that
it was
supposedly
Nixon.
There are aliens and they've been here, and he became a big believer.
Well, he took him as the Air Force Base in Florida. Nixon took Gleason because they were golfing buddies down in Florida.
Really?
Took him to the Air Force Base in Florida, where they supposedly had aliens, captured aliens, like in whatever state they were in.
Right.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
And Gleason was he was a believer in that.
Then
he said he had an extensive collection of things like UFO writings and things like that. So
Maybe that's why he was infatuated with the moon.
That's why he was the man from space in his costume.
The man from space. There you go. Again.
There you go. See?
Another prediction. Very, very. I'm glad you kind of added to that because it just. Yeah, and think about it. This all is in 39 episodes. Like that's the thing. This isn't 150 episodes of a show. It's within 39 episodes, and they have 4 or 5 different things that is a nod to his real life.
To his real life, which is probably, they always say it's kind of loose. Well, it wasn't his life based loosely on his life. It's based loosely on his neighborhood.
Right, and I think that the apartment he made it more based on his poverty because he was very poor, didn't have anything, and he wanted to make sure that it was bare bones.
Yep.
And it shows because when they showed the Norton's apartment on occasion, twice I think it was, it really showed the contrast of how destitute they really were.
Yeah. Although he wasn't he was just cheap.
Well, because
him and Norton made the same amount of money.
He spent more money on bowling and the lodge and the Admiral Dewey
sport coat, and in his investments.
Yes,
blowing money on stuff like that. But
how was I supposed to know they're making a drive-in theater?
Yeah. Oh, anyway, all right. So that's that. And we were a little deep on that, but that's okay. We could.
Yeah, it's just something interesting that I thought of.
Why not?
Especially lately, been watching and look. I think part of the fact that at the time that we're recording this, we're in the global pandemic. So we're like you're spending more time at home and watching. And when I'm home watching the episodes, because I'll just DVR them, so I don't know what's going to come up.
Right.
And because we're doing this and because of the way we watch it, it's actually fun to just try to pick out different things.
Yeah.
Like as crazy as you are with the deli. Yeah. But, so that was my one little thing I wanted to share.
All right, we did.
Yeah.
We shared it.
Did.
And then we got it.
So, look, I know you're not going to believe this, but we're already at 27 minutes.
Okay, keep on going. We got a lot of catching up to do here.
Well, we're definitely going to be not skipping for a while.
No, because we got our board in.
We got the board in, and we'll
sprocket
definitely
armature's fixed, and everything is ready to go.
Sprocket armature.
Or armature sprocket, whatever.
Armature sprocket. Right. Since we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants here.
Yeah, we're just going.
I'm going to just bring it up.
Go.
All right. In the Pardon My Glove.
Okay.
This is I want participation.
Oh, it's another audience participation.
Yes. All right.
Because we got good response with the props.
Great response. Okay. When Alice is telling Trixie that she's getting the apartment completely redone.
Right.
She says, so I was down at
Morgan's
department store, and I started talking to Andre, and he asked me some questions, and then they decided to want to do this thing.
Yeah, the promotion.
Here's my question. What questions did Andre ask Alice to get him to go, all right, we're gonna redo your apartment.
Right.
Now, I want participation from the audience. I want you guys.
You are Andre.
Yes.
You are Andre.
You are Andre. You
now,
see Alice.
You see Alice. Now, she's picking out fabric, I believe, when he approaches her. I think she's picking out fabric. Maybe that's why he approached her.
Maybe.
Or looking at her as being, like, I guess Alice looked kind of destitute in her clothing. I mean, of course.
Well, because she goes out.
It's Audrey Meadows under that clothing.
Right. But she goes out there sometimes with her apron.
Apron on, yeah. She's left the house with the apron on several times in the dead of winter.
Do you work here? Are you a chef? No. I'm just shopping. So that's my question, and I'm not even going to bring up any. I want you guys, and we'll read some.
We'll get the good. Well, of course, there's always good ones,
and of course, obviously you keep it clean.
Yes, keep it clean.
Of course.
Yeah, no. And respectful towards,
Yeah, but I mean, you can dig a little bit,
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
keep it clean because my first thing is, what questions led him to, like, was it a list of questions that he asked, or did he go by what she was, like you said, what is she wearing?
Yeah, wearing, and her fact that she's picking out, I believe she says she's picking out fabric, and she's always got fabric, but yet she never makes herself curtains. I could never understand that. She's always sewing, making dresses, making this, but she can't make curtains. The easiest thing in the world to make. I could probably make them.
No curtains in this house. It's curtains, Rocky. Yes, so that is the homework assignment.
That's homework assignment
for our listeners. I want to know, and even if you want to just send one, you can either how about email it to
email
Louis?
bangzoom1956@gmail.
Correct. Or if
Post them on.
Yeah, or if they want to post them on the Facebook, and what we'll do is I'll take them and cut and paste them, and I'll put them in like a personal email to me. So next week when we come in, we can have
them.
some questions that you guys would, guys and girls, that you would think that Andre would ask Alice. What did he ask her that got him to say, "We're going to redo your apartment"? Dude, mortgage apartment's off for nothing.
Even this too. When Andre actually got to the apartment, what questions would he have had for her? True. Outside of when was the last time it was decorated?
Yes.
Like,
you know what
when the Gunthers were.
Yes. And you know what's great? When he's like, when she's like, listen, could you come back later on around 8 o'clock? Yeah. Say around 8 o'clock. It's like, so this guy works for this department store.
Right.
He comes over to your place to say, we're going to do this in green and this and that. And then you're like, you know what? Can you leave? Go to the coffee shop for an hour and just sit around and then come back at my convenience
at 8 o'clock at night.
Yes, of course. Like Andre never wants to go home.
Like really. Listen, lady, we're doing you a favor. I don't care less about what your husband thinks. If your husband really cared, this place wouldn't look like this.
Yes, exactly. Could you come by around 8 o'clock? Oh, okay. Just like, no, he would have been like, no. We're getting this done now. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock in the morning.
The last place I want to be is Bensonhurst at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
Take me an hour and a half to get back to Manhattan.
Quick hour and a half out of the subway. All right. Well, listen, we're going to do, are we going to do the names the same today?
You want to do names the same as
I
trivia?
think so.
We could
as
do that.
Trivia,
All
right?
Let me get the list here.
All right.
Let
me get the...
No, that's not it. That's Lomax and Ledbetter. That's not...
Ledbetter.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Louis' favorite.
Yes.
Now, Tom, who is our first guest, please?
Herb. Our first guest, ready to leap the first hurdle on his way to the $99,000 answer, is
our courier from Parsippany, New Jersey, Joe Conti.
Thank you. No need to be nervous.
Don't even nervous. Get yourself all Norton.
Yeah, private does.
Private does. Okay, now, of course, this question, we're going to play the names the same.
Okay.
But it was still prepared by Professor Walter Newman.
Well, yeah.
Because he likes names the same, I heard from him.
This Walter Newman guy prepares a lot of things.
A lot of questions. Yeah.
A lot of questions. Louis doesn't do anything.
Okay, I don't know if we did this. I have no idea what we've done.
I know. It's been a while.
Yeah. Herman.
How many?
2.
I got Herman Fat Racks.
Okay, Fat Rack. Okay.
Herman. Man, that sounds so familiar.
Yeah, you're gonna. If you don't get it, you're gonna hit yourself in the head.
The only hint I guess I'll ask is from what episode?
It's the that bowling tournament.
Oh, okay. It's one of the. It's either the guy whose mother is going to be there, or who's
not him.
Is it the guy whose wife is the marriage isn't going to go off?
Not him either.
The guy with the who got the the food.
Yes. Come on. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy.
Yeah, that's him. That's the guy.
That's the guy.
Herman Gruber.
You got it. There
Herman Gruber.
That's it.
Oh,
man.
All right. Woo. Thank you for that's a good hint because it didn't give it too much, but Herman Gruber. All right. Wow.
Bowling tournament.
For that bowling tournament. like he didn't know what it was.
Like this sounded
like they came for something else. And he's like, you know what? That bowling
tournament.
Well, listen. This is listen, even though we did over 30 minutes, but this is our.
It was just like a
like
a re-entry.
Yeah. Listen, this.
Gotta get ourselves back into it too.
As easy as it sounds that we're doing this, it's not that easy, and we were a little rusty.
Yeah,
right?
we are actually. We're
we didn't really. So. We might not have hit the high note.
No, we didn't hit that high note.
But we came close. But this is our little return. We thank you, all of you, for being so supportive and breaking our chops. Wanting to know when we're going to start doing this. I think Ira said he started watching other stuff because the 30-minute podcast for the week, he's got nothing else he can do. But
in Florida, watch the Weather Channel. Just look at what we're getting up here.
No. Snow's coming down. Kids are singing. None of them are singing, all right? None of them are singing. So what can I say? Who can we thank? First of all, thank SilkCityHotSauce.com, right? Don't forget Silk City Hot Sauce. Go there, put in RX in the coupon code, and get yourself some great homemade sauces, and also get 15% off and a free bottle of sriracha if you put RX in the coupon code. Who else can we thank? Our wonderful Facebook group, the Honeymooners Raccoon Lodge.
Yes.
On Facebook with Joy and Brother Norton. And also, Brother Norton, if you want to go on Etsy.com and put, I think, / Honeymooners Store. If you put Honeymooners Store, Brother Norton's got all these great, cool things that he's got there for Honeymooners stuff. And my other show that I do, the Conti and Kenny show, is on every Monday night, More Like Radio. And check out my 1-hour comedy DVD CD, Happiness. It's Joe Conti Happiness. You can download it anywhere you get music or comedy. And what else? And
we're going to be working on our T-shirts, Joe. We have to discuss it. Me and Joe haven't been in contact with each other in 3 weeks. So
right, exactly.
We want to do the T-shirt thing. There's a couple people that had mentioned that they would be interested.
Okay.
So we'll get something together with the T-shirts.
All right, cool. Then I'll call my pal James.
Yeah, call James, and we can.
We'll start. He'll come up with some designs.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Use one of our that we have on our website. One of the two we have. I kind of like that one where our names are in red on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like that, where maybe we could combine both of them and come up with something.
Yeah, a little bit of mishmash.
Yeah, mishmash here. Yeah. Okay.
Well, listen, again, thank you, all of you, for sticking with us.
Yes.
Tell your friends about the show. Tell people you don't like about the show.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Send them to our site. You know what you do? Take some of our videos. We got like 4 or 5 YouTube clips.
Those little clips are great.
That's...
Oh, another thing we want to ask the people.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
The last couple I made, they were like these quick 1 to 2 minute, right?
That's what
very short.
Very
because
short.
It's like, I want you guys to send us an email or direct message us on Facebook or whatever it is, of ideas of clips that I can take and put on YouTube. In other words, if you think, that one on episode number 17 when you guys did this, I think that would be great. So I can take them and go and find them right from the episode and make some more little promotional clips to put them on YouTube. So if you come up with any, either email Lou.
Yep, email me.
At
bangzoom1956 at Gmail.
All right, or if you're friends with me on Facebook, send me a direct message, or just mail them to 328. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously not. But all right. But thank you, everybody. Yeah. We got 2 homework assignments.
Yeah, 2 homework assignments.
That one and the questions from Andre to Alice. Give us 1, give us 10, whatever it is. We'll read them all.
Yeah, we'll read them all.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for giving us a listen. Episode 57 in the books. Thank you so much. And for me and Lou, we'll see you next time.
E pluribus raccoonum. Night all.
Good night.
We'll have to do this again real soon.
How about tomorrow night?
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.